Hey, what's up, guys? I'm just visiting literally on my block, doing a gift drop. This is kind of an ongoing joke. I think I dropped one, but I give them these mini bananas. You can see how small they are in my hand, so it's just kind of my sarcastic humor to give them such tiny bananas, but to make up for it, it's about 1.5 pounds of them. So looks like somebody was in here cutting pines. Maybe they were trying to get a Christmas tree. The power lines are right back on the back side there, about 100 yards up. There's a lot of changes around in here pretty often, and some of that attributes to the houses around here, I'm sure. I finally broke down and got some new hiking boots, so I'm very comfortable and very pleased. I was slipping on these leaves and stumbling over stuff, so today's the break-in day. Look at this. Why would this hard hat be hanging in here? Safety first. World source. Well, sir, whoever number 246 is, you're missing your headgear. So we'll just wedge them all over the place, and I've come to a point where I don't really check the gifts too often, but this is one place where let's drop down. Frequently I'm able to take a look. That's basically right off to the left where I just came in at. That ain't me shaking, which is even more amazing. See, this right here doesn't look like much, but it's a definite connector piece. Like, see how it all meets in this one spot, and then it just branches off into different directions, touching all the trees. A lot of places you'll see the structures are big and they're up in the air and stuff. A lot of times there's a lot of stuff that's down under the ground or you know, right ground level too. Excuse me. Looks like something. It's a pretty big indent right here in the ground. Might be natural, but it looks like there's a good hefty trail going, kind of like winds through here and comes back out. I try to drive in and or like walk in the different areas, different entrances to keep my local pattern from being traced, if you will. This looks like a good spot as any. Leave a couple of gifts. One fell on the floor in the beginning, one fell on the floor just now. which is a good thing, especially in the gifting area. I like to leave a bunch on the ground. First of all, it brings in the critters, and then as well, it also keeps them from going up and stealing the rest. I had some big family activity a few months back over by these power lines. I mean, they're all power lines going across, but just by these, by this particular, this big, whatever, lineup, if you will, this big row. Here's another perfect example. Well, here's a snap from the ground that goes out that's probably ancient, but this is what I was getting at. It's just a nice connector piece, little snap going down and all the other trees laid on it. Little branches and trees, and they just fork out to connect the, even the little bend and tucks in there. I mean, it might not look like much, but it is. I could already see another one up there. I don't usually go off trail here, but like I said, I'm just trying to break in these boots and may as well check in a little bit. It's very clear, I could see through very well now at this point, so it's like I don't really have to worry about what I'm stepping on. Somebody's house in the background, as you can see. A lot of people wouldn't believe suburban squatching exists, you know, suburban Sasquatch, or dropped another one. But that was pretty much what we did at LIB for the first year. It just showed how they coexist in suburbia. Even with the leaves all down and off and everything, you still can't even see the entrance we came in, and it's a full-blown neighborhood over there. My neighborhood, for that matter. I'm just like one block up that way. It's a nice snap. We could gift that. Let's pop out of here for a second. Let's see what we could see. Yeah, it was over by these power lines. As soon as we popped out, we saw some activity. Oh, look at that guy. Right next to this skinny tree. I'm trying to take a picture. It's got a light face, like a very light. Oh, now he moved. That wasn't me that moved. That was cool. Try and drop down, see if we can catch him a little more. Oh, it's over. Okay. Take it or leave it, guys. I'm just telling you what I see. There's been deer through here. There's definitely been some deer through here. This is one of the gifting trees. I'm gonna take some pictures as I go, and then I'll look over a couple of them, as always, and I'll let you know if I see anything good. I think it was Gray Toll Cloud. He put a timestamp on one of the Power Lines videos a few months back, and he was dead on. Something went running and flew up a tree so fast. It was amazing. You know, I think he had the one person who said like squirrel or some shit, but it wasn't. There's actually something in there. I suppose maybe I gifted that. Oh, it's garlic. That's what it is. Okay. I guess I couldn't get my hands on fresh, so I left a jar of garlic. Probably for the summertime with the mosquitoes and the bugs and stuff. Look at this hose. Why would this hose be up here? Can you see this, guys? This is a hose. And Sasquatch didn't do this because it's nailed. But why the hell would you do this? Oh, maybe they were trying to collect syrup or something? I don't know. There's some numbers here on some of these trees. There's another one. Yeah, there's numbers on these trees, so they might mean something. Hopefully I'm not giving away location. Well, that don't matter. It does, but it don't. If somebody wants to go out of their way that hard. Alright, let's pop out this side quick. I don't have a lot of time. I know it's been the norm lately, but hopefully this weekend I'll be able to slow down a little bit. That's so basically at the end, like as far as we could see, is basically like where the bamboo is. I don't know if you guys could see it from here, but if you look on the left side, all the way down there, there's a big patch of green. That's the bamboo spot. I don't know what that shit is. I think that's actually a van on the road. I don't know what van, but Optimum maybe? I don't know. So on a day like, the reason we're here and we're gifting here today and we're visiting here today is it's kind of an overcast day. It's a little, the sun's kind of just, you know, nil for the most part. So an energy-based being would need to continue to soak up energy. So if they can't do it naturally through the sun, you'd imagine I mean, we know they utilize this, so, but I mean, I'd imagine they would be here more so on an overcast type day. I'm gonna make my way out. We'll get out of here now. And I know you guys like this spot. A lot of you guys like it and enjoy it. Those of you, a lot of you guys are die hard and you really like to sift through, and it really makes me happy. It really does. You know, like to see people who are so interested in seeing their, like, you know, most people, to me, I would think that they would want to see like, like Sasquatch, you know, habitat in Canada or in the Pac West. Like, that's what I was always thought to believe. But it's really, really awesome that to see that you guys really enjoy this type of like suburban style forest beings and Sasquatch beings. And these Sasquatch people are special. However they, do we have all the answers? No, but however they do it, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's enjoyable. It's way different. I was one of them people that always grew up like, man, there's just got to be something more. Like, there's got to be something more to this life. And to, at this age, like, do I wish I caught on sooner? Yeah, but I'm happy I caught on now. Here's some more of that. Some more of that stuff. Hoses. I'm gonna finish this gifting. I'm stuck with a bunch. Look how many there were. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Like, there was like over 20 of them. And I think I lost some of the stem already. I get them at the local bodega. There's just something that they can't get here. I like to try and gift them things that they can't get here. That's actually right. This gift is actually pretty parallel to the other one right down there. It was really hard for me to pull the trigger on these boots, but I'm very, very pleased with them. I know it's like the small things in life, right? But alright, so what we'll do is we worked our way right up the middle. So if anybody was in here, we would have caught their attention as we came up through. So we'll just kind of work our way down around the far side and let them have the nice view of us, and we'll just that ain't from me. Look at the look at the Red Bulls. Are some of these my snacks? There's Newports in here. This is like, well, I don't drink, but it's interesting. It's very interesting. Anyway, yeah, let's. Oh, it's a squirrel. All right. I don't show you these little things, like these little like structure setups or whatever, like, because they're amazing looking or whatever. I know you can see structures anywhere, but I show you them because I want you to see that, you can apply this stuff in your neighborhood. Yeah, that was a huge thing for me to learn that I could do. Like, I can go and visit and find Sasquatch in my neighborhood in Long Island, New York, where everyone else was, it seemed like it was being pushed, that it was an impossible thing. So wherever you are, check it out if you get a chance, if you're interested, obviously. Some people, for them, it's not for them. They'd rather be watching videos and checking through videos and stuff, and those, you guys are just as important, And I always see people, let me just say this too real quick while I'm on a little bit of a rant. I always see people smashing the new guy, like that like they don't know shit. Let me tell you something. Somebody who has addiction and stuff, when you go and as you go through things, you kind of get complacent and in most things in life, and you forget things, and you forget the basics, and you forget your roots, and you can kind of get complacent. That's the best word for it. Until the new member comes in. And that new person kind of breathes that back into you and reminds you of where you came from and your roots and how you got started and how easy it is to be back at that point, you know. And anybody new who's out in this field should have our how do I want to say this? They should get all of our support, not none of it. That's just another, I don't know if that's like a whole divot in there or whatever, but it's very beat up over here. So, I mean, it could be deer or something even smaller, you know, fox or whatever digging up. It's hard to say. Fox could probably do very well in here. I saw one set of tire tracks up in the front that looked like maybe a quad, but it almost looks like they came in and just turned right back around. So, it's hard to say. These people who own the houses, that the one here and the one there, that are like right here, like that back this area, they're very inquisitive. Every time I come in, like they're like all eyes on me type thing. So I'd imagine they have good tabs on their house and who comes in and goes out. So maybe they would have chased off a quad or something, or like loud kids, because they have young kids in both houses. But they have a huge, the structure I filmed as I came in, and there was like a fence underneath it. I don't know if you saw that. That's like literally right in front of that house. It's like it's almost on their property. It comes down right into their property line. I just always think it's cool that they left it there. To most people, it would look like an ugly tree break from a storm or whatever. Like, they left it for whatever reason, which I think is awesome. Let's take a look in here a little bit. Those are sirens in the distance, in case you're hearing that. Looks like something might be hiding dead center. See the two eye sockets and the nose and the mouth? It almost looks like a cat, like a giant cat. Pretty badass. Now it's going away a little bit. Unless I lost it. There it is. That's what I'm saying. I'll try and point it out, actually. Alright. Damn, it's gonna take it away right there. Yeah. There's a lot of different types of cryptids, you know, like, just because Sasquatch and Dogman, you know, now the ones that are talked about a lot and most, there's, you know, if you look into people who have direct connections to, like, Native Americans and stuff like that, their kind of history, like, into the elders especially, they'll be the ones that'll talk to you more about different types of beings. Looks like that just looks like a pile of sticks, and then like a huge pile of sticks, and then you go in and it's just dark with the camera. It's just full-blown dark. I'm wondering if there's some kind of veil activity going on with that. That is a circular saw somewhere in the distance, if you hear that. Alright, we're gonna get out of here. It looks like there's another trail going right up the side of this house now. Those are pretty cool. Whatever those are pretty cool looking. Scotty B probably knows. He's a plant guy, he knows everything. Planting rocks. Looks like there's a couple up against the fence too. I don't know if they're Sasquatch, but... Alright guys. Battling a migraine, I didn't really want to complain about it. But I thought maybe the fresh air would help a little bit, which it did, but I kind of been out here asking for a little bit of healing help, so... Yeah, this is a lot of cut wood here. I'm thinking they were using the pines. Like, why would you cut down just the pines though? Like that's the only thing that would have left this place like with a little bit of hiding potential. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. I'm gonna film right at somebody's house. Alright. I'll leave that one right there. Alright guys. As always, thank you. Really appreciate you guys coming along. I know it wasn't much today, but I like to include you on the journey when it's just kind of, you know, a little gift drop. And anytime I could bring you along, I like to. So usually the only times I go alone is when I'm sitting still and I'm meditating and I'm, you know, or trying to make contact and stuff where I need to reach out and use both hands or use my mind. And, you know what I mean, I think. So take care, guys. Talk soon.